Hey, it is a Starseed Mentality back at you again with another video. Please excuse the barking in the background. We are back outside with our videos because the weather is breaking. Okay, it is getting warm. Okay, so we're back in the car doing these videos and some natural lighting in nature. Okay, and so this video is really going to be about an esoteric download that I've had, based on a live that featured Samuel and Most High. Please look into their Instagrams if you do not know these names. Okay, but there was a live, okay, and they were talking about the Anunnaki. And, I've had some downloads about a point that came up. So before I get into it, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to this video to stay updated on what I'm posting on all of my platforms, okay? And let's get into it. So in this particular live, it gets cut off, the question at the top there. There was a particular point that Most High was mentioning when it comes to the legitimacy of the spacecraft and alien government connection, right? And the statement or the question was, how come there are TV shows like GAIA that can expose the alien agenda and things of that nature, but we are saying that the government wants to keep the secret, and things of that nature, right? And I'm just over here, getting dressed and thinking about it. And something that came up was that I think the government doesn't mind us talking about ancient aliens. When we look at Gaia, they do a lot of videos and content about ancient aliens, aliens from the past, aliens that we can find in the Kemetic, on the Kemetic walls, hieroglyphics, the Sumerian tablets, and other ancient texts, right? And in terms of the conversation of the past, is when we unveil the reality that aliens could exist today, okay, and hidden in the government, and hidden in government operations that they cover up and try to expose. I'm going to reread this top point again, right? I think the government doesn't mind us talking about ancient aliens in terms of the conversation of the past, but it's when we unveil the reality that aliens could exist today, hidden in government operations, okay, that they could cover that, they try to cover up that element of it and try not to expose that side of it. Getting into my second point here, it says it's okay to talk about, ancient aliens from the past, what was then, but when we start to link the link between aliens and the government, that's when they start leveling you to a conspiracy theorist, and oh, that's not true, and that just sounds ridiculous, and that can't be possible, what's wrong with these people. That is the element that they are trying to cover up. If you want proof of, aliens and the government connections, look into Hitler and, his work between the Nazis and the Soviet Union, and how the American government, brought them over here. Another example is cut off here because of the TikTok wheel here, but UAP sightings. If you want more proof, right, the UAP sightings within the military, right, and how the military has a culture of pretty much downplaying, you know, military and their relationship with UAPs and other UFO sightings, right? How they downplay it, and they have a culture of, we want to cover that up. And we know that the military is a government body, right? And, my point here is, what were Nazis and the Soviet Union, right? They were military groups or government bodies, okay, or stand-in armies for the government. And honestly, I think military does a lot more just war and things of that nature. I actually think they go out and collect information, protect certain information, that they want to protect from other military groups. This is only for America, or this is not for the public, right? Military is a lot more than just going out and bombing folks, right? So, I found this like really interesting article here, tying it back to the Majestic 12 that I was just discussing in my points here. And it says here that for short, it was a purported organization that appears in UFO conspiracy theories, okay? The organization is claimed to be the code name for an alleged secret committee of scientists, military leaders, and government officials formed in 1947, which was World War II, right, by an executive order by U.S. President Harry S. Truman to facilitate recovery and investigate recovery and investigation of alien spacecraft, right? The concept originated in a series of supposedly leaked secret government documents first circulated by UFOologists in 1984. Upon examination, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, declared that the documents to be completely bogus, and and many ufologists consider them to be an elaborate hoax. So again, this ties back into my argument here that I don't think exposing the ancient past with extraterrestrials, and that's just the thing of ancient times, and that was just so strange back then. What is then is not prolonged according to the government, right? At least that's the alleged front that they are trying to go for. And so this is why they have to have that, oh, it's a hoax and it's just completely bogus and it's a conspiracy theory, and right up there, UFO conspiracy theories, right? It's the word trickery for me, right? This also, tying back into my argument here, this explains why Arizona Wilder, got killed, making the connection between the government and Draco reptilians here, and and if you don't know, that the Mystic 12 is a multiracial alien organization that is working side by side with the government and other military groups, okay, and they being one of them. And once she started name dropping political figures and celebrities and stuff like that, she had to go, right? Because again, there seems to be a pattern between, we don't have a problem talking about the past, but when you're trying to connect recent stuff with UFOologists, extraterrestrial groups, ET, advanced civilizations, because ET means nothing but advanced civilization and life outside the Earth's atmosphere, that is when we say pause. You can't talk about that, right? And so a very interesting counter argument that comes up is, some will say that because of this congressional hearing that has happened, a few months back, with Congress exposing UAPs, right? Let me pull up that article, right? Go check it out if you haven't already. People are hoping that this is, the government, finally exposing, the truth. But the answer is inspired by Billy Carson's response on Black Magic. Go check that out if you haven't already. Billy Carson explains how it's engineering spacecrafts to attack their own military for money. So a psychological operation, basically.